These are 5 of the sexiest fragrances around. Saying that a fragrance is sexy is it's a tricky one because, as we know, fragrance is very subjective, and something being sexy is, I would say, even more subjective. What I like, I'm sure, is different from what you like. But these are 5 fragrances that I think will help you get results. First in my list, and I should say this is not a top 5 in terms of a countdown, but 5 fragrances that I absolutely love. And the first one is by BVLGARI. The BVLGARI Tigre was launched in 2016, and this new one, BVLGARI FALKAR, was launched in 2019. Now, I mean, you can even see the bottle here. The bottle is beautiful. BVLGARI also, you know, we know as this luxurious, sophisticated brand, and the fragrances are bang on for that. Now, what's so great about this, and actually, kind of what I think is sexier than that Tigre one I had, is that it's deeper and it's darker. It's got top notes of nutmeg and cinnamon, a heart of incense and cypriol, and at the base there's oud essence and saffron. It's actually really, for me, the saffron which gives it that sexiness. Some really great deep notes to that sits so well on the skin. Also in terms of the sillage, the degree to which it's in the air. I think with all these fragrances, the sillage is really up there, so you waft past someone and you've got this gorgeous trail of luxurious fragrance behind you. This is not cheap. I will link it. We will find the best prices for you. It will be a manfromself.com. But this is definitely worth a squirt. Now, next on my list, I've got one of my absolutely favorite fragrance brands at the moment, and this is KILIAN. You're actually going to see a video coming up with KILIAN so soon. We're going to go through 4 different pillars of his fragrance and talk a bit about kind of the fragrances that I think you guys will like. But this one is called Gold Night. This has kind of become like my evening sexy sensual fragrance signature. We're going to go with that. But this, what KILIAN said was he wanted to create a fragrance which smelled like gold, and he said it was all about having a top note of something which felt really bright and light. So you've got bergamot on that, and it's also got honey and patchouli. But what you will get in this too is this sort of, I mean, he says a shimmer, and that's exactly what it is. It's this really sort of chicness of vanilla and anise. So something which has got a slight kick to it, but also so velvety smooth like gold. This actually I have in a big carafe, which is so beautiful. I actually was gifted it by KILIAN as I did that interview, so that was amazing, and I just topped this one up. But all the sort of KILIAN fragrances, I mean, I've got a holder down here, you will love. Even if it's not something you want to wear yourself, pop in and give them a sniff. Right, next on the list is actually one which I had in my sort of new and notable that I did, I think, just the other month, and this is by CARTIER. Now, this is a re-envisioning of a classic. This is PASHA de Cartier Edition Noir. Now again, I mean, this bottle, I spoke about this bottle before, you guys commented about it. If a bottle was sexy, this is your guy right here. I did say don't leave it out next to your bed because some people might get the wrong idea. But forgetting about the bottle, which is absolutely beautiful, this fragrance is just, I can actually smell it just opening this lid. It is bang on. It is so good. Now in this, there's green citrus, amber, and cedarwood, and actually, that was exactly what I smelled as soon as the lid came off. You do have that green, fresh citrus on the top, but I always love a fragrance with amber on it. I think it adds a real warmth to the skin and something which does have that amazing, sexy seductiveness about it. I love the original of this, but I just think this one's got a slight sort of darkness to it, and a darkness which will take you into that sexy zone. There we go. Now, popping this down next to my bed, next up is DUNHILL Icon Absolute. This is a fragrance I've gone on about. It quite often features in my top 5s, my top 10s, the ones you should have. This, again, absolutely beautiful bottle, a heavy weight to it. Little fact for you here. Like, DUNHILL is a motoring brand who also creates suits and fragrances. But this, I'm gonna pop this next to my microphone. When you shut this, it's supposed to sound like the car door shutting. There you go, right there. But in this one, you've got bergamot and black pepper at the top. At the heart, you've got saffron, black rose, and jasmine. And then on the base, there's agarwood, tobacco leaf, and leather. Now, this is beautiful. This actually has a story next to it, and I know that this is sexy because one New Year, I think it must have been about 3 years ago, I was in Edinburgh, and I was up at the bar a few times getting a couple of drinks, and this girl kept on literally hanging around my ear, and I was thinking, what is she up to? Is she gonna nick my phone? But she actually did say, I mean, it was Edinburgh, it's a nice part of Scotland, and she said, what is it you're wearing? Like, your fragrance is absolutely beautiful. So I told her it was this, and she said she's gonna buy it for her boyfriend. So if you are the boyfriend, then I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this has brought you a lot of success in life. Absolutely beautiful. And actually you'll notice through a lot of these fragrances that there's common themes. One in the bottle, so when someone's creating something, the bottle really does give you that instant idea of what's to come. So a lot of these golds and darks, which gives you that beautiful, seductive velvetiness that I keep on going on about. And then secondly, you've got the agar woods, so it's more like the oud, so stuff which is really quite intense, but really has that great weight and sort of sits so well on the skin. And then you've got those sort of amber and leathery notes. If you're into leather, then that could be really quite sexy for you. Do as you wish, always play safe. Now, last on my list is again from a brand I absolutely love. I've actually worked with them more recently, and they create such unique and niche fragrances, definitely fragrances that someone's not gonna know when you smell it. Now, this is L'Artisan, and this is Fou de Absinthe. Now, this takes inspiration from absinthe, from the times of the sort of Moulin Rouge. It's this real sort of bohemian lifestyle, which everything was a bit free and easy. They were sort of going wet and wild on the absinthe, and it is beautiful. I actually think that out of all of these, this is the most unique in the way that it smells. Also, it's the sort of one that could, I think quite quickly could become your signature fragrance if it sits well in your skin and you enjoy it. It is light enough to be wearing during the day, but has something which is so, something which I just think is addictive. It is so addictive as a scent. Now in this, there's keynotes of patchouli, star anise, and pine needles. Now, when you think pine needles, I mean, I instantly think of that very green 1970s scent, which is sexy-ish, but not really something I would go towards. But star anise has got this great sort of spiciness to it that I think works so well in this. Again, so different from every other one. Actually, in terms of L'Artisan fragrances, I think they could all be sort of classified as sexy because they are so individual and something which I think will really sort of play to a different type of guy. And that's, I think, the whole thing about this. All these fragrances are very different. They're not hugely mass market. Some of them are more known than the other ones, but it all comes down to sort of you, your personal choice, what your nose likes, what maybe someone very special in your life likes, and how it kind of sits in your skin. But those are 5 that I absolutely love. And there'll be more fragrances on manfromself.com. We have got loads on there, all with different star ratings, and also the sort of keynotes, so you can shop around, also find the best prices there. I am gonna have more fragrance videos coming up. We're gonna look at some of my favorites across daytime, nighttime, head turners. So if this is the kind of thing you like, then make sure you've pressed subscribe right now. The button will be just up there. There'll also be more video suggestions down there. Stay with me and watch them. Head to the product pages. I'll take you straight to fragrance there. And then my Instagram, loads going on up there. Come and follow. But I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.